Good day, everybody. My name is Sue Johnson, in case you didn't know, and I'm a retired counselor and I am a knitter. And I always consider myself a beginner knitter because there are so many things to learn. And I decided to take myself beyond the scarf and occasional hat and learn new skills. So I've been doing that for last year and a half, maybe almost 2 years, I guess. So in this video, it's how I knit a lace top, and I'm going to share some tips and some tricks on how to do that. Now, my impression is that knitters who knit a lace top or a dress or a skirt probably tend to do so with a lightweight yarn, a DK yarn. Well, the truth is that you can knit lace with any weight of yarn. So I knit my top, my current one, with using James C. Brett. It's pure cotton. And it is very similar in weight, actually, to Hobby Lobby's I Love This Cotton. It might be a little bit smaller. It does say it's a 3-ply, and I think I Love This Cotton is a 4-ply. So that is a little bit heavier. I did consider splitting this yarn, but it's 3 strands. So that means I'd have to have split 2 strands and leave one on the side. And I started to do that, and it just didn't behave the same as when I split I Love This Cotton. I'm going to read the tips so that you can get them here and we'll get them out of the way. So tip number 2 is you use less yarn. So lace knitting doesn't use as much yarn as regular knitting. So that means a ball of yarn will go a lot further. So even if you feel inclined to knit a lace pattern top, remember that it can be more economical. Also, knitting in the round uses less yarn than if you knit a front and a back piece. So these days with rising costs, it's nice to know where we can save money. So tip number 3 is one of the advantages to knitting lace pattern throughout the whole top is that it's cool. Yeah, it's cool knitting it. It's fun, it's interesting, but also it tends to catch the breeze and keeps you cool. So the real test will be in the heat of the summer. I'll have to update you later in the months, but for now it's quite comfortable and definitely not hot. So tip number 4 is, excuse my finger there, is that it's not difficult to knit lace. There are a series of knit and purl and yarn overs and knitting 2 together. So, and all of those make the pattern. You can find different lace ideas on Pinterest and Ravelry. They have a few. So tip number 5, here we go. Use a lifeline. Boy, I wish I had done that. And I shared that with you I will share that with you in the preceding video. And number 6 tip is use place markers. They're useful for keeping track of various patterns, like some of the patterns were 10 or 13 stitches, and then you repeat. So using markers was really handy for that, plus keeping track of the number of your stitches. So they're good for almost any knitting. Okay, let me explain my top. Well, first of all, I'm going to give you the overview. Now, on the bottom, I simply did a knit and purl stitching. So I knit in the round. Obviously, I cast on how many stitches? I cast on 198 stitches on this one, and I knit all those stitches. Then when I came to my marker, which I always put on the side of the top, when I came to my marker, I simply purled. Then I did a purl row. Then I came back to my marker again, and I wanted to do a knit, but if you're not careful, you'll have a hole. So you pick up the leg of the previous row, and then you knit those two together, and it helps prevent a hole in your work. So I did that a few times just to make it different, and then I started my lace pattern. And the first one I think is called the horseshoe. I can't remember. I just whenever I had what am I trying to say? I was just making it up as I went along. So I knit this, and then I divided with these knit and purl rows, and then I just did a straight eyelet. Let's see if I can I shouldn't say a straight eyelet, but this is very simple. You just knit one, yarn over, knit two together, and just keep doing that. Yarn over, knit two together all the way across. So once I had done that, and I separated it with a few straight knit rows, top and bottom, and then I did this knit purl. Then I did some more knit rows. This is from my knitting cards. I love that, the little hearts, and then I repeated it later on up closer to the yoke of the sweater. See the hearts? So the only mistake, not the only mistake, but I did run into an error, and that was in this here section. So I was following along a pattern, and then it had a second section, and I was trying to do that. And from my point of view, I messed up. Something went wrong, and I wasn't getting the eyelets in the right position. But then overall, I thought, it almost looks like a flower on top of a vase. That's how I'm saying it in my head anyways. I'm going to interrupt and add a little note here that if I had added a lifeline, a thread that I could then use to pull back, I could pull back to that lifeline. I could have actually redone that incorrect section, but I didn't have a lifeline, so I decided to just leave it. So each section I did some knit and purl or a purl row just to divide it off. And then I usually would do a knit row, straight knit row, maybe a couple of them, and then start into the pattern. Now this one here, this is my favorite. And that's a really simple one. It's you knit 2 stitches just to start it off. And then you do yarn forward, knit 1, yarn forward, and the yarn forwards create the holes or the eyelets. And then I knit 3, and then this here is slip 1, knit 2 together, and then pass that slip stitch over the 2, and it gives that sort of bar looking effect. And then knit 3 and yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, knit 3, slip 1, knit 2 together, pass that stitch over the knit 2, and then knit 3, and then keep repeating it and do that all the way across. Now here, do you see the wavy line? I did not know that was going to happen by knitting that pattern. But I like that effect. That's so neat. That's like an extra bonus. Try to get it into the light a bit more. So, because I like that one, I did it again later on. Where are we? Oh, the top here. There we go. See the wavy line? That was a bonus. So then I separated it and did a eyelet, which is just knit 1, knit 2 together, and do it all the way across. And then it came time to do a ribbing line. And I knit up, of course, you're starting from the body, so you knit up and knitting around until you get to the length that you want. I think I did 16 inches on this one. I wanted it to go past my hip just a wee bit. So you knit up so far, and then you divide in your front and back stitches, And on the front, I decided to do all the pattern. On the back, I said, well, why don't I just do a straight knit? And I was going to do that all the way up. But after 20 rows of this, I thought, this is taking forever. And I realized when you're doing a pattern like this, it goes so much faster. Plus, you're actually using less yarn and by creating these holes, the eyelets. So I said, oh, well, I want to get this done. So I went back to my favorite lace pattern. And then it was time to do the ribbing and cast it off and sew up my shoulders together. I'm not a great sewer. Used to be great at sewing clothes, but sewing my knitting, it's not the best. Wonder what this shoulder is like. Isn't it funny that you can knit one shoulder different than the other? This one's a little better than the other one. Now, this here is because I have picked up actually 73 stitches, and I knit a couple of rows, picked up 73 stitches along the edge, the armhole, and knit a few rows, and now I'm going to do an I-cord edging, which right now I forget how to do, but that's my thread that I've saved to do the I-cord edging. So that's what I have to do yet on both of the armholes, but it's the only place I have to do it on. But the I-cord edging is just going to smooth everything out and make it nicer. I squint because I'm nearsighted. Yeah, that means I can see up close. Are you there? So there's my top. That's the back. This is the front. The front's more interesting. And putting it on and wearing it, it is actually very comfortable. It's not as heavy as I thought it was going to be. And I think that is in part because of the ironing. When you iron it, steam iron it, just very carefully. Some people put a very light cloth or tea towel or something over it and then just let the steam go through. But when you do that, it opens up all the little eyelets. It's so funny. Only I'm going to know where the errors are on this one flower section here, right here. It just wasn't working out. It was supposed to be little eyelets in a circle, and somehow I missed it. So, but no problem. Anyways, that's my lace knit top. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Let's see, email address is suebook, all low caps, SUEBOOK at mac.com. It's one of the original Apple email addresses. Years ago, I had a dedicated Apple store before Apple had their own dedicated Apple stores because we liked the Apple product. Anyway, so I just keep that email because it's my favorite. Plus, it's easy to remember. So that's my lace top. I'll just give you a peek on my next two projects that I'm working on. This one is a knit from bottom top. There are advantages to each, whether you knit yoke down or you're knitting from the bottom up. One of the advantages I like about this is being able to try on the body and know that it's going to fit. Because this is what happens to us. We get ideas. So while I was knitting away on this and trying to figure out what am I going to do with this, because I bought 3 balls of this, it's pure cotton, and knitting the white top is a little bit heavy. This feels a little bit softer than the white, even though it's the same manufacturer. But I thought, what am I going to knit with it? And then I got this idea brewing in my head to knit a yoke down top. So I started with the neckline right here, and I'm doing what the Newfoundlanders in Canada do. It's called a salt and pepper pattern. one little PS note here. What are you working on right now? And what kind of questions do you run into? Because I know when I'm knitting, I've got different things going in my head. Even though I've gained a bunch of knowledge about knitting, I still have questions about it. So if you have questions, send me your questions. You can do an email or just, type in a comment here. And I like the questions, and I'll do my best to answer. That's what I used to tell my counseling clients. I think I miss counseling just a little bit. Cheers.